This episode is part of a series of short interviews from the set of Prairie Winds, featuring some of the people who helped make it happen in various roles on set. Coming up, we hear from the executive producer, B-cam operator and 2 production assistants on set as a family, lead costumer, and head of the hair and makeup department.
This is the Faith and Family Filmmakers podcast, helping filmmakers who share a Christian worldview stay in touch, informed, and inspired. Quiet on set. Rolling. Today's host is Geoffrey Whitt.
Hey, we're back again with the executive producer of Prairie Winds, Hank Erwin. Hank, it's been a pleasure having you around set this week.
Oh, what a joy to come out and watch everybody work. What a project. You know, this is a dream that's been going on for about 2 or 3 years with George Escobar writing the script and then working to get it in place that you guys and all of us could start working and filming this thing, actually filming this thing and doing it in just a little over a month.
Yes.
And it is so impressive watching these kids work and the adults, everybody as a team, and to see the dailies of what they're producing, so impressive.
Yeah.
I can't wait for it to come out. Everybody's going to love it.
So tell me about how you initially got involved.
It's interesting. Joel Bunkowski, who is the key producer, is a good friend of mine. And he approached me, I guess, about a year ago and said, hey, we're going to try to make Prairie Winds now.
Yes.
And we want you to be the pastor in the whole production. And I said, Joel, I'm humbled and flattered, but I'm not an actor. You need an actor. And he said, well, you know, please. And I said, I can't. I'm working on the Great American Prayer Revival, Gap 26. I got my hands full. I just can't do it. But anything I can do to help, I will be delighted to do it. So I became the executive producer.
Yeah.
And we got a great actor that's playing the pastor.
Yes.
And he has done an excellent job.
Yeah.
And I think they hit a home run.
Greg Martin.
Greg did a great job, and I'm so proud of him. And this is the great thing. Everybody played their role.
Yes.
And everybody brought to the screen a new something that's going to make this such a special series.
Now I'll say, as we're having this conversation, we just finished the wrap party. We just had a great meal and some great speeches and all that stuff. You had some things to say on our very first day.
Yeah.
2 words in particular that I remember. I know you can't go all into it, but tell us what you had to say.
Well, I wanted everybody on the team to remember just 3 words: heart and soul. Heart and soul. To say to everybody that's a part of the staff, the team, everybody, no matter what your role is, put your heart and soul into this. This is a project we want to do to please the Lord, to glorify Jesus, and to say to the world, there is value in Christianity.
Yeah.
There is value in the Bible.
Yeah.
So I just said it over and over, heart and soul, heart and soul. And it leads me to the opportunity to say to all of your fans that listen to your show, whatever you do in life, put your heart and soul in it to the glory of Jesus Christ.
And it's not something new from you, I'm sure. Of course, we know filmmaking's not new to your family.
Yeah, with Andy and John, Yeah, Andy is head of Kingdom Story Company. We just finished with I Can Only Imagine 2.
Yes.
They just won the K-Love Award for the Film of the Year.
Yep.
And then John is doing House of David on television, and he just won his K-Love Award.
Yes, love both of them. Love both of them. I Can Only Imagine 2 was just way beyond even the first one, and obviously that was very successful and a great movie, but it was so good. And my wife and I are, watching House of David, so really well done.
Oh, thank you so much for that. I'll tell him you said that, And that was what when the boys started.
Yeah.
They started when they were teenagers. Actually, John was 12 when he came to me and he said, Dad, we think God's calling us to make motion pictures.
Yeah.
And I said, well, go for it. Answer the call.
Yeah.
But I said, I'm going to give you a piece of advice. I said, if you're going to go into Christian motion pictures has a bad brand label, cheap and cheesy. So if you're going to do this, you can't make cheap and cheesy films. If you're going to do this, you've got to use the wow factor. So you got to put your heart and soul in it so that when anything goes up on that screen, people go, wow, that's a Christian movie.
If anyone's doing it, they're doing it.
Yeah.
So congratulations to you, because I know you obviously played a part in their life and no doubt the trajectory of their careers. So,
Well, it's an honor to be a dad and to watch them. A dad has, to me, satisfaction when you see your children exceed what you thought they could do. And my job and my desire was to give them a platform where they could launch from and really excel. Yeah. And I'm just so humbled to see how well they're doing. And they've got a lot of years ahead of them. They're playing at the top of their game right now in the industry. And there are great films that are coming that the people are going to enjoy. And the main thing we want is that when you leave that theater, you have a love for Jesus in your heart. You have a hope for the future, and you have that love for your grandkids that are going to be with you, because when you see an Erwin film, there will be no bad language and no bad scenes, so enjoy the popcorn.
Yeah. And of course, we're so thankful that we've also now, as a crew and cast here at Prairie Winds, have had the opportunity to have you kind of plant seeds into us. So I really appreciate that.
Well, my honor, and I'm so proud of you. You keep up the good work. Keep telling the story. Jesus is the way, the truth, and the life.
I'm excited now to be introducing a family. We've got Colby Robison, and I'm introducing him first. Colby's been here since the beginning of the shoot here on Prairie Winds, and Colby is BCam operator.
Yes, I was.
Okay. Well, first of all, and I'll introduce his mom and sister in just a moment. Tell us what you do.
So with Prairie Winds, I was the BCam operator, which basically says what it was. I was running the B camera for Prairie Winds. We typically, on most films, you want to run like at least 2 or more cameras. Mm-hmm. And each of those cameras are labeled as A, B, C, D, and so on. So with Prairie Winds, we actually had 3. So I was primarily running that B cam. And most of the shots I was working with was on you'll see a bunch of like tighter close-ups. Mm-hmm. A lot of the shots that are tracking. Jeremiah, our DP, he was working a lot of the wider shots. So he was working with especially the 35 and sometimes the 50 millimeter lens. Mm-hmm. Man, that 85 millimeter, that was my home. Mm-hmm. That was my baby. And every so often, there were some shots I would be on an easy rig, just like Jeremiah. Sometimes there was like some chaotic type scenes, or just with the momentum, getting as many shots as possible, we would just have it like handheld on the easy rig, and sometimes I'd be on a 50. But yeah, mostly you'll see those like tighter like close-ups, and yeah.
Were you primarily pulling focus yourself, or did you have an assistant doing that in this case?
So that was a unique adventure. I was pulling all the focus myself. Okay. Jeremiah, because especially his setup was a lot of dolly and easy rig. So with him being the main master camera, it was essential that he had his first AC pull focus for him. With me, because of my setup, since the majority of the time I was mostly on sticks, which is the tripod. Static. Yeah, exactly. Static shots. Or like I was always within reach of where I could pull focus. Mm-hmm. So I just did my own focus.
Yep. Cool. So let's go back for a second and tell us about your history with film.
Oh man, that's a whole journey in of itself.
We're going to do the short version tonight. Because we also, I'm going to say this, I believe that your mother and your sister have had a significant, even though they haven't been here the whole time, they've been a significant addition to this film. So I want to get a chance to talk to them too. But yeah, tell us, first of all, let's start where you're from and your history with film in a minute or two.
Well, me as well as the rest of the family. Oh. We're from an hour up north of Atlanta, and I've basically been there my entire life. Mm-hmm. Born and raised there, and loving Christian family. And my dad, he was a chaplain in the military for 27 years, so I was very familiar with with Christianity and faith and all that. And my earliest years of film goes as early as like around 35th grade. I actually was an actor.
Okay.
And I actually was doing some of the classes, and there was 3 films I don't fully remember, but they're on the archives somewhere. That was my early, what I like to call like my rosebud of where I got started, was doing those acting things and all. Then fast forward, and this is the logline version of it all. By the time I got, especially towards high school, I wanted to be able to get back to being on camera again. So from that, there was that curiosity stirring me about making videos and, building that opportunity to be on camera again. So I started a YouTube channel, and I was really in the whole vlogging scene throughout, especially 2017 and
really
18.
Popular in our Forsyth County.
And yes, very popular. That was a funny adventure in of itself. So from that, I ended up running to an online Christian film academy called Tomorrow's Filmmakers after searching on YouTube for different ways to learn about film. I took that course. Then I actually got to meet the founder, Justice McCraney, at a homeschool conference, and he told me about Bob Jones University.
Right.
And I went there for 2 of the summer camps because they have a cinema edu camp. And shout out to Mr. Z at Christopher Zadowitz. He is the professor there that he, alongside many of my friends, a lot of us started at that summer camp. And then I was at Bob Jones for freshman year for a year. And then there was an opportunity where God told me that it was time for me to come home early, and I wasn't sure, what exactly he had for me, what the next steps were, but I knew that he had something in store.
Yeah.
And so after hearing and taking that leap of faith, that's when the film journey really began. And that's where all the projects I've been able to be a part of and have been blessed to work on, that's where it all just continued on.
Cool. And so we've got a whole family here right now. I shouldn't say a whole family. Perhaps
family.
Yes, Claudia. Perhaps you can tell us first of all about the rest of your family before we move on.
My family, my wonderful family I've been blessed with. My husband, as Colby was saying, was military chaplain for almost 3 decades, and he retired, became a special needs teacher. Our second son, Nolan, is Down syndrome and extremely funny. He's also very, very, very creative.
I've heard some stories.
Oh my gosh, he's hilarious. He's hilarious. And then there's Landon. He's our fine tech guy in college at KSU, so doing very well. So we're really proud of him too. And of course, my beautiful Shalina right here. She's 16 and just decided to start dabbling in the film too. The film bug bit her too. So here she is.
Awesome. So tell us how you ended up here.
Here? I was supposed to come at all. It's supposed to be Colby only going to Tennessee. And then one morning he calls, he says, "Mommy, they're needing help." And I'm like, "Oh, okay, maybe," And the next thing I know, Donna's calling me, and I put her on speakerphone, and my husband was listening in on it, and he heard her desperation.
Did you know her before that?
No, I never met her before.
Okay.
So, she was extremely nice, but they were needing help. The art department, catering department, and wardrobe department. So my husband's like, "Pack up your bags and go now." And I'm like, "Oh, well, maybe." So I ended up leaving in the morning, and I'm a flight attendant for American Airlines. And I told Colby, "I've got 3 trips. I can't go." My husband's just like, "From Nashville, why don't you commute to Dallas, do your 1 trip, and then drop the other 2. So that's what I did. I dropped my other 2 trips, did my little trip there, came back here. Colby picked me up from the airport and everything, and took me. And so ever since, I just kind of been helping wherever I was needed. I'm just here to help these wonderful filmmakers. I know that their goal is to bring souls to Christ through the power of film, and I'm just here to help in any way I can.
Yeah.
I just want to help.
Well, I know that you have indeed, both you and Shalina, pitched right in and have worked very hard. It's been obvious to everyone, and it seems like you belong. And then, if I remember,
We appreciate that.
if I remember correctly, I asked you earlier in the week, and you said this is really the first time you've been on a set yourself. Is that correct?
No, I've been in a few sets. See, Shalina and I are usually we PA and
Okay.
usually are extras and films here and there. Not a whole lot. Very few.
So
But
don't count on my memory, in other words.
yeah.
Okay.
No,
Well, that's
we have
cool.
done it, but we love it.
Yeah.
And it's a lot of hard work, and it always amazes me how extremely talented everybody is, especially this crew and this cast is highly talented, hard workers, excellent work ethic. It's just been amazing, and everybody supporting each other, praying for each other. It has been the most amazing experience. I have loved every second being here, and it's been tough. Everybody's a hard worker. It's been really, really tough, but it's been fun.
You guys have fit right in from the day you walked in, and it's obvious that it's fun. And I think you've brought joy to this place. And Shalina is, the youngest here in this room, 16, I believe. Tell us about your interest in film.
Well, I feel like God has rooted a really deep passion for acting. So I kind of just have been going around with Colby on the sets that he goes on and just having the pleasure of meeting people and really experiencing it firsthand and experiencing different ways like actors get into their zone, like how they get prepared for the scenes. Well, I also just help out however I can and serve however way I can be the most beneficial. And it's so fun getting to meet so many new people and getting to know the stories and the testimonies of so many amazing people. So it's just been such a blessing to be able to be on all these sets and hopefully one day acting in one.
Well, you've, as I said, along with your mom, jumped right in and been very, very helpful. But I believe I understand you have been studying and getting coaching with your acting.
Sir. Yes, sir.
Yes.
My acting coach, Justin Sterner, he is amazing. He's been such a blessing in my life as well. And I believe God has placed him in my life in such a beautiful way. So he's been amazing. And yeah, I plan on continuing my coaching with him for a while.
Cool.
And I have to add that she is now going to be a student in the Storytellers Film Academy. So we're really, really excited about this film academy that she's going to be a part of.
Very good. And I believe from talking to Colby, you have been involved with Christian Worldview Film Festival as well. I don't know if we've crossed paths there. We were there, not this year with 26, not in 24. So we were there in 24. Were you there in 24?
Absolutely, I was.
Okay, cool. We had a table there for Faith and Family Filmmakers Association. Awesome. And so we would have crossed paths.
Small world.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Awesome. Well, I'm doing a variety of short interviews tonight after our wrap party and been pulling little groups together. But I thought it would be cool to do this one as a family.
Thank you.
A lot of different unique situations with people, different roles. This one's a unique one with the family, and it's been such a pleasure having you all here.
Right. It's so fun getting to all do this as a family. We're all doing what we love and really finding our passions like all together as a family. It's been so wonderful.
Awesome. God bless you. I know you're driving tomorrow.
Yes,
Safe
sir.
travels,
Thank
and I
you
hope
so
to see you
much.
all again.
You didn't make your film just to upload it and hope someone notices. At Rediscover Backlot, we're building a new pathway for independent filmmakers, one that goes beyond a single release and creates long-term momentum. Imagine a place where your audience can follow your project from script to screen, where premieres become launch pads, and where filmmakers, fans, and distributors connect inside one growing ecosystem. With Rediscover Premiere, The Backlot, and revenue-sharing opportunities built around audience engagement, we're helping purpose-driven filmmakers build sustainable careers, not just finish films. If you're tired of shouting into the void after release, it's time to think differently. Visit rediscoverbacklot.com to join the movement.
Well, we're back with more of the crew tonight for Prairie Winds. We've just had our wrap party, and we got all kinds of music going on out there, and it's a really fun night. but it's been a lot of hard work too. And these two people have worked hard. I've seen it. We've got Lottie Brown, who has been the lead costumer. And we also have Julia Swarms, who is the head of the hair and makeup department. So I just want to introduce you and to get to know a little bit more about what you do, what you've done on Prairie Winds, and let our listeners know about you. Hello, Lottie.
Hi.
Tell me, I know with this 1870s setting that costuming is a whole lot different than, a modern day drama or comedy. How much prior to filming were you involved in costume?
I was hired about a week before production started. So
Okay.
not long.
All right. So was a lot of the collection of the costuming already done, or was that in your hands?
The leads were done, but all the extras I sourced. Yeah, I think that's accurate.
Okay.
The leads were mostly done, I should say. There was room for a little bit of designing still, which I did, and George and Dawn were very accepting of that. So
Okay.
I had a willing put there.
Good. I believe some costumes were even sewn on the spot.
They were, yeah. That was Bernice, thanks to her.
Yeah. That's Joel, Dr. Joel Bunkowski's mother did a lot of that sewing. Oh, that's cool. And what about you? I'm guessing you carry your stuff with you.
I do.
Hair, makeup.
Yes, I do carry my stuff with me. I have a kit, but also with a period piece or with any project, you have, specialty items you have to order, as well as expendables, disposables, things like that to keep everything sanitary that, you throw them away after one use. So, yeah.
Okay, while we're talking to you, Julia, what is unique about a period piece like this compared to a modern setting?
Yeah, so most people, when they think of a period piece makeup, they think like no makeup because people didn't wear a lot of makeup. But actually, it is sometimes a lot of makeup, and sometimes it's a very specific technique to make it look like no makeup.
Okay.
And also, if you're on the prairie, people are dirty. So we're trying to make people look beautiful, but also dirty, but also natural. And one thing that I discovered we do on period pieces, because this is one of my first features that's a period, you actually have to fill in the ear piercing hole.
Oh.
So yeah, we had to do that on a lot of the characters because they had pierced ears, and back then people just really didn't pierce their ears as much as we do today. So that was a unique challenge to overcome. It was very exciting.
Interesting. And while we're still talking to you, Julia, tell us about your experience here. And well, first of all, let me go back and tell us about your previous experience.
Okay, so I went to film school in Greenville, South Carolina. I, from a young age, knew I wanted to work in film. I just didn't know quite where. So when I was in film school, I really fell in love with film makeup. Took a lot of film makeup classes. I worked on a lot of student films, and I did theater, worked on the theater makeup crew as well during my time in school. So I graduated in 23. And since then, I've been pursuing film, done some shorts, done a couple features. It's my third feature, so
Cool.
very excited to be here.
Cool. And where do you live right now?
Greenville, South Carolina.
Greenville, South Carolina. And Lottie, what about you? What's your history with film?
This is my second professional set, I guess. Well, technically third, but the first one I was just an extra. So this is all kind of new to me. My history with film, when I was about 12, I started making movies with, friends and family, and it just clicked, and I knew that's what I wanted to do. So I started my own little film group, my mini studio, and that's been going on for about 3 years now. And we're making our own short film right now. It's taking longer than expected, but it's been a really great experience. And then from there, I made some connections that got me involved in my first feature, and then that led me to this one.
Very good. And so some unique challenges on this one?
Some of the materials that we used were very difficult to wash, specifically what we used for the Native Americans, because we had a scene, well, I guess I shouldn't spoil it. I don't know, there was, I'll be vague, there was a scene where the costumes had more stuff on them than usual, and I needed to wash them because we were using them for the next day. And the washing was fine, but the things does not dry. I had it, and you can't put it in the dryer because that'll ruin it. You can't put it out in the sun because that'll ruin it. So I had to put a box fan on it, and it was drying for over 24 hours, and it was still damp. We had the actress wear it damp because there was nothing else we could do. But
Yeah.
So yeah.
I guess even for the others, you did have a lot of laundry to do.
Yeah.
Because a lot of our scenes required them to be dirty. And
Right.
In fact, naturally, a lot of our scenes were in the mud. Just by, it was raining, we were down by the river, and a lot of outdoor stuff. And of course, then Julia was specifically making them dirty to fit the scenes as required.
Yeah. I did a little bit of that too while in costume.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Interesting. Julia, you had a lot of help from our young actors.
I did, yes. So it's a very unique experience. We, coming into the project, I was brought on 2 weeks before, and I had seen, the extensive list of cast, and I said, if at all possible, I need some help, because if you have more than, I would say, 4 actors, it can be a bit challenging to get everybody through the chair without having them come hours and hours beforehand. So we did have some help. Shout out to Michelle Vanderpool. She came in for a week and helped. And then she had to go, so we got some makeup interns, and it was our lead actress, Lucy, and then her sister, Lelena, and believe it or not, Asher Smallbone as well was a little interested. I still don't know if he's interested in the makeup or just hanging out with us because we're so cool. They were definitely very helpful, and we got to the point where we could do some hairstyle. They could do some hairstyles on their own, and they could do some very basic makeup looks, and we kept them up to date with the sanitation standards, and I was very impressed with their work.
And of course, they were doing it because it was fun.
Yeah.
They just wanted to learn and wanted to get involved, and so that was really cool.
Personally, I think it had a lot to do with Julia. She's cooler than me, probably.
Oh, think so? I don't know. I know that both of you have been very appreciated here, and it's just a lot of work. So hair and makeup was done in the building where our soundstage. A lot of our filming was done on a green screen. And so when we were filming here on the farm and out in the bush, I think a lot of your work was still being done back as storytellers, right?
Yeah.
At the soundstage, and then actors were being transported back and forth.
Right, at first. And then we kind of figured out that wasn't the best system, so I was transporting costumes to and from as needed. Yeah. Which was still a challenge. But
And I'm just going to say right now, because I did not say it before when I was talking to, the art department, right now, where we are doing this interview, we are in Johnny Cash's house. And the interesting thing is, right now, this room that we are in is hand-hewn logs. I believe, if I understand correctly, this was built in the 1830s. This is pre-Civil War. I mean, it's pretty cool.
Yeah.
And some of our scenes actually were shot right. A lot of the Thompson family home scenes were shot right in this room that we're in right now. So.
Some of the marshal's office.
That's true.
Yep.
That's true. So it's been kind of fitting for the period type piece we've been shooting.
Yeah. Yeah, it was a great find.
Yeah.
Yeah, absolutely.
Cool. Well, thank you so much for what you've done. Also, thank you for sharing with our listeners. And if you guys want to, in our show notes for listeners to have an opportunity to be in touch with you, our listeners are all filmmakers, and we'll get your contact information in there.
Thank you.
Okay, thank you.
Thanks for listening to the Faith and Family Filmmakers podcast. If you've been enjoying this podcast, take a moment to follow or subscribe on your favorite podcast player so you don't miss an episode. And if you'd like to support the production of this podcast, you can leave a tip at faffpodcast.com/support. Bringing filmmakers together for faith and family.